When we apply the 70-30 formula, we simply use a table where we highlight the issue, the impact, and we provide the way forward. So this was India specific. So total fertility rate, this is the demography. So this was the cycle of the demographic changes. This diagram. So even if you have limited content, after the introduction, you can use this diagram. You remember the 60-40 formula. In case you agree with that statement, you will write 5 to 6 points in agreement and 3 to 4 points in disagreement or as a counter argument. Again, in case you disagree with that particular thing, with respect to demography, if you get the question, simply remember the one way forward, increasing the retirement age. What is the concept of the demographic winter? So again, it is very simple. So demographic winter is the reduction in the total fertility rate and increasing the life expectancy. Okay? So now, how you won't write it in this way. Yeah, so how will you prepare a definition? Yes. So demographic winter refers to a situation where birth rates fall significantly below replacement level, leading to aging population, shrinking workforce, and economic challenges. Okay? And when you give the data along with the definition, you add one more data. Okay? So as per, अब यहाँ organization तो नहीं है, you simply write the UN. As per UN data, ठीक है, the 771 million people above 65 were there in 2022, and it is expected to increase by, no, in bracket you simply write 10% of the global population, and it is expected to rise to 16% of the global population by 2050. Okay, so in case of India, it is expected to rise to 19%. वो लिखो मत, I'm just saying that. Then again, like I mentioned, 19%. So by 2050, it is expected to rise to 19% in India. Don't write it into here. You no need. It is the global question. It is not India specific. Yeah. So now, as they have said, what is the concept of demographic winter? So will you stop after the introduction? What is our framework? We just the definition and data is not sufficient. After that, we will use a diagrammatic representation. So what we can do in the diagrammatic representation? Yes. Causes. Causes of winter. Yes. Then one more interesting thing is, I'll just share it with you. We had the similar question on this. So what are the causes that you can, yes, what are the causes of demographic winter? Yes. Okay. What else? Come on. Yes. No, that. But what are the causes? First, here you apply the what framework will you be applying? Stakeholder approach. Okay, who are the stakeholders? First stakeholder is the family. Second is the woman. Third is the government. Fourth is the old age population.
Can we create the new semantics like increasing population of birth, like birth population declining and aging population
Increasing.
Yeah.
Yes, you can create that also. Okay. So but you need to have the specific points, and the points need to correlate with each other. Okay. Just 1 second. So one more thing that I want to share is a similar question we asked, and there I provided one diagram which they had to use in all the questions related to the demography. That diagram, so this was FLT. This. So this was India specific. Okay. So total fertility rate, this is the demography. So this was the cycle of the demographic changes. So this diagram. Okay, remember this diagram in any question related to the demography. You had to use this diagram with respect to the stages. Okay, so the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, 4, 5. Okay, so even if you have limited content, after the introduction, you can use this diagram. ठीक है, फोटो खींचने से अच्छा है, लिख ही लो. ठीक है. Then coming to this, chalo. Okay, just note it down quickly. Yes, child rearing cost, increasing education, healthcare. Is this diagram available in X Factor notes? I'm not really sure. YOLO culture. Okay. Yes. So see, now चलो यार, रात भर नहीं बैठ सकता मैं. ठीक है. So the causes as simple as stakeholder approach. Okay, with respect to family, changing family dynamics. Okay, the shift towards the nuclear family. Okay, example हम दो हमारे दो. ठीक है. Then with respect to women, increasing independence and autonomy. Okay, leading to the decline in fertility. Okay. Third is from the perspective of the government policies. Okay. Then fourth is the impact of the modernization. Okay, the cultural factors, example rise in single parent families. Okay. Then the changing socio-cultural norms. Okay, with respect to the women education. So changing socio-cultural norms, example you can give delay in the marriage age for women or delaying the marriage age for women. Okay. Last is advancement in health leading to increased life expectancy. Okay, you can give the data of India. Okay, is it clear? So these are the reasons. So you can either follow the stakeholder approach or you can apply the pestle approach. Okay. Then the next demand is the world moving towards such situation? So what they have asked, now remember the important thing in this. Okay, it's a part of a framework or the demand understanding. When they ask, is the world moving towards such situation? Here you remember the 60-40 formula. Okay. In case you agree with that statement, you will write 5 to 6 points in agreement and 3 to 4 points in disagreement or as a counter argument. And in case you disagree with that particular thing, it's not your personal opinion, obviously it's based upon the facts, but again you have to keep it the weightage 60-40. So first, do you agree with this statement? Yes. Is the world moving towards demographic winter? Yes. Yes. Okay. So world, your heading will be world moving towards demographic winter. And as they have asked the world, you simply make the different regions of the world as subheadings. Okay. Your first subheading will be Europe. The total fertility rate in the countries like the Germany, Italy is 1.3. Okay. Then second, East Asia. The total fertility rate in Japan is 1.3 and in South Korea it is 0.8. Okay. Then third, US. So the TFR is 1.8, well below the total for the replacement level of 2.1. Okay. Thus, is it? Then you write the point. The demographic winter is more profound in the developed countries compared to the developing and low income countries. Okay. Then the counter argument. However, TFR is above replacement level in areas such as, and there under it you write 2 points. Okay. In African countries like Nigeria, Ethiopia, TFR is above 4. Simply, if you don't know the data, now you remember the data, but even if you don't know, you can write कि आपका replacement level is 2.1. ठीक है, above, below this you can write. ठीक है, or you can mention the cause. So the major cause in decline in the TFR in South Korea and Japan is the cost of living. In China, it is government one China policy. Okay. Then in the US, it is the cultural reason, increase in the marriage age for the women, rise in the divorce rates and that. Okay. And then in Europe also the same issue. Okay. But what's the reason? Is it because of the geography or because of their economy and their history? हाँ सर, इट्स इकोनॉमिक रीजन ओनली ना, अदरवाइज तो हनीमून मनाने लोग यूरोप ही जाते हैं. तो आइडियली यू शुड हैव द ग्रेटर दिस fertility rate in the Europe, है ना. So if you see the geographical or the climatic factors, there should be the greater fertility rate in Europe compared to ठीक है, that. So then again with respect to South Asia, the total fertility rate in Pakistan and Bangladesh is again above 3. With respect to India also, it is closer to the replacement level. So in India, the TFR is 2. ठीक है, एंड इसका आपको सोर्स पता है, यू मेंशन इन ब्रैकेट नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे 5. ठीक है, नाउ we will come to our 70-30 formula. So what is our 70-30 formula? We go bit beyond the demand, right? So now we have highlighted the causes, we have given elaboration of it. Now we will go for the impact. So till now, this is one innovative aspect which we have come in this match means. In the discussions we have come up with this structure. So what we do when we apply the 70-30 formula, we simply use a table, ठीक है, where we highlight the issue, ठीक है, so impact, and we provide the way forward. Just 2 points each. ठीक है, so what will be the impact of it? Yes. Simple, the core impact is the burden on social welfare spending. ठीक है, so for example इसका डेटा है कि more than 50% of the social security budget of Japan goes to pensions. ठीक है, and second aspect is the less brain pool for innovation. Or the third aspect is the social imbalance. Example, the son meta preference leading to adverse child sex ratio. ठीक है, third, son meta preference. What is the child sex ratio in India? Okay, and then you had the associated way forward. ठीक है, with respect to demography, if you get the question, simply remember the one way forward, increasing the retirement age. ठीक है, then second is capacity building. How will you do it? Universal healthcare and education. ठीक है, इसका एग्जाम्पल क्या है? स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्रीज. ठीक है, यूनिवर्सल health and education, and the third one is with respect to old age, promoting active aging. So इसका एक एग्जाम्पल है, there is the Japan's Silver Human Resource Center. They use the experience of the old age people. Okay. So one more thing, Silver Human Resource Center. Okay. And one more innovative thread that we have come across is if you have this specific case study. Suppose for example, the most significant depopulation threat or the demographic winter is faced by South Korea. There it is 0.8 only. Yeah. Or suppose if you have any of the case study with respect to way forward. Okay. What we do, we simply make a box here and we add a case study. In this one, it won't be applicable, but still. So how many points we wrote in total in this question, despite being 10 marker? And were you able to manage it in 2 pages?
I
Yes.
think it is more than
More than?
70.
Kitna?
70.
So you haven't provided the elaboration. Substantiation. Have you provided the substantiation? Yes, diagram is also missing. And that is only the subheading. There is no substantiation. See, always remember, in any point there are 3 aspects to your point. One is your subheading, second is your elaboration, and third is your substantiation. So substantiation can be done by data or example. Okay? So always remember that all these 3 aspects has to be there into your point. In case if you feel that substantiation needs a bit of elaboration, okay, in that case you can skip the elaboration part. You only give the subheading and you give the substantiation. You can never simply write the subheading itself and then move on to the next point. Until and unless your point has either elaboration or substantiation, that won't be considered as the point. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, now the conclusion. Yes. So in conclusion also, addressing the depopulation threat. Okay, this is again one keyword, similar keyword. Requires multifaceted approach that prioritizes sustainable population growth. ठीक है